Hello everyone, it is I, Ryan, also known as the Lovebat, and I am here once again with my playthrough of Blood Bowl 2 with my Lizardman team, the Sea of Red. And so we are playing in a competition here, and so we're going to be going into our next match, our sixth match in fact. And we're going to go ahead and be giving it a go against a human team. So far we've gone against mainly some monstrous or necromantic undead type teams. We have gone up against a wood elf team, but we're going to go up against a human team this time. I haven't really played with the human team at all in my previous experience. I mainly have experience with the Norse team. I think we also played a Norse team before as well, a Wood Elf team and a Norse team. But we were going to play the human team, which are somewhat similar to High Elves in that they have pretty good movement and they have a pretty good armor value, but they aren't as agile as the Elven team, so they're not as good at passing the ball. But they're a fairly balanced team, and they have a number of different kinds of players that can fill the different roles for them. Whereas with us, we mainly just have three different kinds of players. We have small guy Skinks, big guy Sauruses, and then biggest guy Kroxigor. So we don't have quite as much diversity of players as the other teams do with our Lizardman team. But overall, I think that it's still a really great all-around team because everyone is fairly mobile, and the big guys are very, very strong. So we're a very good blitzing team, and we're very good at getting assists with our players because we have the movement to do that. And we also have the speed to match other sorts of finesse teams with our Skink. And so, again, there are downsides. Skinks are not the best when they're out on an island by themselves, so trying to run them up the field for a score can be risky because someone can blitz them and get a 2-dice block a lot of the time. But mostly, our scoring plans have worked out for the most part. So, alright, let's go ahead and get things started. And let's check out our human team opponent first. And see what they have going in. Let's see, they have a lineman with kick. Okay, so they're going to try a directional kick, I imagine. And then they have an ogre with guard. So guard is going to make things a bit difficult on us because guard will allow them to provide a lot of assisting to their different teammates that are in the middle there on the front of the line. So we might want to try and target their ogre first and just try and take him out of the play. It'll be difficult to injure him because he has thick skull, and so he'll usually get stunned instead of KO'd on the result or the injuries, and he has a good armor value here. So if we can just take him away and have him not give everyone the guard bonus and kind of try to leave him on an island, then maybe we can try and just take him out of the play early. And then we have a blitzer here with also guard, so I don't know if he's going to be in the front of the line or not. But it's not a bad idea when you have multiple people with guard, and it looks like this blitzer also has guard, I believe. Guard and +1 strength, so block, guard, and extra strength. That's a very strong blitzer that they have. So they've gotten some very, very good skills going with them and the +1 strength. So they have a strong blitzer. Oh, 2 strong blitzers, I'd say. Guard is good if you want to put your blitzer in the front and have them rely on block to make sure that they don't really get knocked down all that much. Having block and dodge on a blitzer is probably ideal if you want to put them in the middle, so that way only a POW can actually take them down. But having guard on 3 players is going to make it a bit more difficult on some of our 4-strength Lizardmen to get successful blocks on them. And then they have a thrower with accurate and pass. So I think taking out their ogre or taking out their thrower could be pretty important. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to deal with the blitzers as well with our skink on the outside. So we're going to have to rely on trying to just take out whatever players that we can and try and hold the middle. And then they're not the most mobile team. They have 2 catchers of 8 movement speed. Then everyone else is 7 speed or lower, so we're a bit faster with our skink. Our lizardmen are going to be fast enough to be able to take them out. Their catchers don't have a lot of strength, so we could potentially blitz against them and take out some of them, hopefully. But they have a good armor value despite their low strength, and they don't have stunty as a trait. So their catchers are pretty good, having dodge and catch, and no stunty means that if they do get knocked down, they're not as likely to get injured as, say, a goblin or a skink. In some ways, it's actually preferable just to have more agility and not have stunty, because then you don't have to worry as much about the injury rolls. Alright, and so team value really, I guess, isn't of any consequence, so we don't have any petty cash. So we're not going to go ahead and worry about doing any of the inducements. And they'll get a Bloodweiser Babe, I guess, and spend some of their own cash. I don't know why teams feel inclined to spend as much of their team cash, like the cash that they have in the bank, to get inducements. Like, I know that this is maybe an important match for some teams to win it, so that way you can maybe place top 2 in the tournament. But I'm not sure if this human team is even in position to do that. So I just save the money and cut your losses and save it for some of the like team rerolls in the future, or maybe getting a spare player or something like that. Or even just keeping money in the bank to buy a spare player if someone dies or gets a really bad injury can also be helpful. Alright, and now the team presentations. We have the human team, and then we got our Sea of Red, Lizardmen. Yes, those burly lizards and their little nice feathery hats. And then the skinks with their wonderful looking fins on top. I'm imagining that's what they are. Just like really big fins in their back instead of in their arms. I'm not even sure what those things are called. Like, fish have those things on their back that aren't fins. I forget what their name is, but alright, so we'll just go ahead and kick the ball. We are usually better on defense than on offense as far as getting scores, because we kick it to their side of the field and then we can just attack the ball fairly well with the way our team is set up. We're fairly good at attacking the ball. I think in this case I actually want to get our movement guy on the field and see if we get him leveled up soon. And then you are the player with diving catch, I think. Diving tackle, so we want you in the game on defense. I think the player that we have with diving catch is the one that we don't want in here. Yeah, so diving catch, I don't think I'll need that. You have catch and diving catch, so I think I'll have you more on offense. And you have lots of star player points, so I don't want to lose him. You have sidestep, and you have sidestep, so we'll keep you guys there. So yeah, the catch and diving catch player are not as valuable for us. Diving tackle could be helpful, so we'll have them in the game. And then if we can get him a score or something, then or maybe we could get him a lengthy blitz against one of their catchers, then we might be able to get in with him. And then I guess we'll go ahead and swap you out with him, get you away from the middle of the line. since you have more star player points to work with. And then we'll save this setup as our primary defensive setup. And I think that'll be good. So I guess as I expected, I think they put their guard players up front to provide assists. It's not letting me get information on that guy. Alright, so that's just a regular blitzer. Regular blitzer, where's your... So that's one guard blitzer, that's the other guard blitzer, okay. I'm trying to just get an idea of their formation before they move and everything. Okay, so I think one of their guys got injured, because that does not sound like one of my players from the name. An angry fan hurls a rock. And one of their linemen got knocked down. So that's not a terrible loss for them. They can get by without him, but the fact that he's close to the ball does hurt them a little bit, I guess. And so I think this is their alignment, I guess. I would think that they would have their thrower back there and then have him pick it up, because I think that their thrower has sure hands. I think he's going to follow it up so that way he gets a tackle zone on him. That's not a big deal though, because we can dodge reliably out of there and get to the lineman. Yeah, so guards definitely coming into play here. They have the assists no matter what happens, basically, so they can get the 1-die and 2-die blocks and quite a bit more. And that's going to help us out quite a bit. Who did we knock down? Who's this? Alright, so we knocked down one of their blitzers there, and it opens up an area for our Skink. But he has guard, which makes things a bit more difficult. Let's go ahead and stand you up. Let's just get a couple of our guys up here, and then... They were able to get some knockdowns there. I think them having guard and preventing the Skink from just having assists kind of makes it a bit harder. Or not preventing the Skink from having assists, but just preventing any assists from happening makes it easier for them to get better blocks in there. So, I mean, we can deal with the Ogre, I think. We can go ahead and get him in with an assist on the Ogre. If we move him there, I think we get a 2-die block on the Ogre. And then we open things up for all of our other Skink to deal with him. So we'll go ahead and do this. It's a bit dangerous if the block does not work out. I could also just do this on the blitzer and take him out since he has guard. But the Ogre also has guard. Let's go ahead and take him out first. And then we'll go ahead and we'll be able to get another 2-die block on the Ogre anyway, I think. With our Lizardmen here. Even just the push will be okay here. Alright, so let's see if we can take care of him. We're not going to follow him on this one. Okay, so there's no one there. Okay. And so now we got a lane opened up here for our Skink to get in a blitz. I'm going to get you behind there in case the ball fumbles around on a blitz. And then, let's see. I think we want to just move you over here. Oh. What about right here? No. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and get you off to the side right there then. And then I think a 2-die blitz is the best that we're going to get, so we're going to go ahead and take it. Let's reroll that. Alright, push is okay. I think we just want to make him go further back. We're going to stay, so that way we can move after the blitz and get into a better spot. He doesn't have sidestep, but that's okay. You do have sidestep, however, so I don't mind having you dodge out of there. And so they're not going to be able to knock him out. And then they already have a guard player over here, so that's not going to really help keeping the skink there. So I think I'm just going to get him over, I guess, here. Built-in dodge reroll, so we don't have to worry about the team reroll. And that'll be the end of the turn. They could try and reverse field here if they can deal with our skinks up there, but they could try and loop around over here, but we'll have an easy time getting these lizard guys through there if they try to do that. It's more about them trying to blitz a skink and then dodging out, I'm assuming. At least that's what I'm assuming the computer will do. They'll try and do a risky play or something like that. It's only a 1-die splits though, so... and we want to sidestep over here, so that way he's forced. Okay, KO. Okay. Obviously that's not good, especially since he's one of our better skink, but we do have a substitute player, so we're still okay. And anything that's a push is okay. And we can still get another 2-die blitz on him. Alright, well we can't now. Alright, so we got a stun and a KO on us already. But they put him in a spot where it's going to be easier to get a 2-die blitz on him now. So they're definitely going with a bash heavy strategy. They don't seem like they're trying to score anytime soon. Obviously having players of guard kind of makes things a bit conducive to that kind of strategy. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get someone on the ball carrier first. And then I could have blitzed with him and then tried picking the ball up with him. But we could potentially dodge him out to pick up the ball if it lands somewhere. What do we want to do? That's not good because we have guard and guard. Or just basically 2 assists on that one. But we can take him out and then free up our skink to get in there. So we'll do this. Or at least we won't have to worry about dodging with him if we take him out first. And then we will follow. Alright, so we got a KO of our own. So we kind of matched their KO with our own KO on them. Not exactly the most valuable player that we took out, I think, but still, it's helpful. So, who's a better candidate here? I think we'll go. We'll put the sidestep player over here for an assist. It's pretty safe. He can sidestep away from the sideline if they try and hit him. And then, oh, I'm clicking on you. And you are going to go ahead and do a 2-die blitz. We'll see if this works. Alright, so it doesn't work, but we can keep him towards the sideline. Maybe we can surf him. Our guys have sidestep, so I'm not concerned. He has sidestep, he has sidestep. He doesn't, but he's on the ground. You don't have sidestep, so I might dodge him out of there. I do have a couple blocks as well, but I think I want to go ahead and just do the action with the built-in dodge reroll first. You don't have sidestep, so I'll go ahead and dodge you over here. And then let's go ahead and take care of this block, which is, I think, a 2-die. Yep. See if we can knock down their thrower. We do. So it's pretty nice to bash his head in there, and we'll go ahead and stay so they don't have a free block on us. They have to blitz him. And then we can go ahead and take care of this blitzer. Hopefully, he has blocks, so things could go bad here, but as long as they don't have dodge, we have a reasonable chance of knocking them down. And we aren't going to follow. We just want to eliminate as many potential blocks of them as we can. And then I'm assuming that we can't really get a good block on any of these guys. We could do a 1-die block there, but that's not really worth it, I think. So our 2 guys in the middle are kind of tied down here, but they are tying down 3, now 4 of their players, so that's okay. Now 5. Tying up 5 of their players with only 2 of our players is a good deal for us, unless they knock down the big man. So as I thought, they'll go ahead and try and blitz. Since he has dodge and sidestep, this basically means that they can't really do anything against him. Having dodge and sidestep basically means that unless you get a POW, it's very difficult to get them down. Alright, so they do knock down the big man, so they kind of free up this guy over here. As long as he's just stunned, it's acceptable for us. They are going to knock down some Skink here. I think they're blocking with him. So I think I just want to... let's go ahead and just move him over there. We can sidestep him out again. I just want to have some room here to get in one of my players, like this guy, for blitz. Yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and keep this space open so I can get in and blitz with Utazor. And we can get a couple of assists, I think. Let's go ahead and stand you up. And we can probably surf their lineman here and get him out of the way. And let's also stand you up. Oh, I guess they have... I guess the ball carrier is technically tying them up. But we can get a 2-die blitz on the ball carrier, then surf their lineman. So maybe that's arguably better. Before I do that, I'll move some of my Lizardmen around. Let's get you over here. We're just going to have to not worry about what's going on in the middle there. And then maybe we can just blitz with you against him. And then we can leave the Skink available. I don't know. I think I'd still want to blitz the ball carrier. I think it's a bit more important. Okay, so let's just get you over there for an assist on him to make that a 2-die block, regardless of what happens here. And then we'll do this first, because if we use a team reroll, we'd rather it be on the blitz. Alright, so push is fine. Let's just get him towards the sideline, and we will follow. So he's on the sideline. He doesn't have a whole lot of support right now. And then Sadly, that's still a 1-die block, unless I get in a skink over here. I mean, I might as well try and surf this guy and get him out of the way. Might as well just take the opportunity now. Even just a push would be fine. Alright, let's see what happens. We'll stay. We don't want him close to the sideline here. And no injury, I think, but we do get him out for this part of the match. And then we'll just go and keep them occupied with our big lizard dudes. It would be kind of difficult to dodge our Maz the Daz out of there, so we're just going to leave him there. But their ball carrier is pretty well tied down. He's not very good at dodging. He's not very good at throwing, so he's going to have a hard time getting out of there. And he only has 6 movement speed, so he can't exactly run his way to safety. I did invest a lot to get the lineman out of the way, but he was preventing quite a few assists on this side of the playing field right here. So getting him out of the way makes our next turn much easier. So he was basically preventing several assists from, I think, him and him on any of our blocks. So it's better just to take the opportunity to get him out of the way. Did they do anything on their turn? Is it already my turn? Okay, so they didn't really do anything on their turn then. Okay. Okay, that's a bit weird, but we'll take it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the ball carrier and see what happens. Even a push will get the ball out. We don't follow on this one. Don't know if he sustained an injury. Doesn't look like it. No, we're not going to re-roll that. It's not going to cause a turnover. It does land in a disadvantageous spot, but we do have a 2-die blitz to get one of them off the ball, and then we can assist on the ogre. Yeah, so I think we can do a 2-die blitz, maybe even a 3-die blitz if we get some skink in there. Yeah, so let's get some skink over here to provide some assists. Let's get you. Let's get everyone away from the sideline now. I could set up one skink in scoring position, maybe. So what kind of block is this looking like? Still only a 2-die. I think I'll go ahead and set you up as another assist and leave open a skink to pick up the ball, and then one that we can get into a better scoring position, maybe with you. Let's just do that. Die now, it is. Alright, so that's pretty good. We'll take that. A 3-die blitz is always going to be good. Even a push is good here. It gets him off the ball. And we'll stay next to the ball. And now, moment of truth. It'll be a difficult pickup, but I'd rather try and get it. We're not going to use a reroll on this one. Alright, so that's actually a very good spot for it to land. And maybe by him going out there, they'll send a player or two out there to try and get him. So they have a blitzer there that might be able to pick up the ball, but But we have, as long as we have 3 players on the ball, it'll be difficult for them to pick it up. They would basically need their thrower over here to pick it up for them to have a chance at it. 3 dice. He has blocks, so that's not going to help us. Alright, so we're only mainly getting stuns. We only have 1 KO, I think. Yeah, just 1. Looks like they're pushing us around a little bit, but we'll be okay. Okay, so they had to use their reroll on that one. And then we're going to sidestep over here. We have a sweet little 2-die block, or maybe even 3-die block on him. So we have to find a way to take care of this ogre. We're going to leave him on the ground. I don't want him to get surfed out and take an injury roll. We have 1 player in scoring position here if we manage to get the ball. So that's a 2-die, and I could free up another assist on the ogre to get a 2-die, I think. If we can get the ogre off the ball, that will likely result in us being able to... Well, this is also an assist if we can get him up. You know what, let's go and do this first. Let's at least get him up. Thankfully, Bonehead doesn't have a likely chance of causing you to fail. Alright, so we can get a 2-die block on him, then we can get a nice little block going on him as well. So let's get the ogre off the ball first, since that's the most important thing. Alright. Even a push would have been fine there. Let's just go ahead and get him over here away from the ball. We'll stay to provide another assist on the other block. Will this be a 3-die? It will, so we'll take this as well. Get him away. And get you away from the ball. Keep you on the ball in case we fumble it. No injury, but we got a stun. So I'm taking them out of the equation so that way they can't chase down the ball carrier in case he happens to drop the pass. We also have... Do we have the player with catch out here? Not yet. We have him on the sideline. Yeah, so we have him on the sideline, so we can't throw a pass to him. Might be possible to... That's diving tackle. So who do we want to get a touchdown? I guess the movement speed boost person, we want to probably get him the catch skill. So we're going to go ahead and set up a couple zones on the ball here in case something bad happens. And then we'll set up a screen over here as well. So that way if we throw the ball, then if the thrower fumbles it, then at least we'll make sure that we have a bit of a screen going on here. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if you can pick it up. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and go over here. Oh, no, not over there. We're going to go over here and throw it from there, so that way if he fumbles it, then it's going to be hard for them to get to it. Alright, we got a completion. Success. And we're just going to... I think we're just going to score it now. I don't think there's any reason to wait around and get anybody injured. Alright, I didn't know if it was going to freeze up or crash for a second. It looks like he gave us a wink as his touchdown celebration, it looked like. At least that's what it looked like in slow-mo. Alright, so we got a nice little score going on there, and looks like they got their KO player back. We also got our KO player back, so we can keep our catch player on the sideline still. Yeah, we had a little bit of slowdown there. Our computer, or my computer, is a little bit on the older side, so when trying to record, maybe that will happen from time to time. I'll have to upgrade one of these days. I think we'll just go with the same defensive setup as before. Sidestep and sidestep. And then you threw the pass, and then our speed player cut the pass. So, yep, we'll just go with this one once again. They'll probably get another couple of knockdowns like last time, but I think we'll be okay. As long as we stop them from scoring, I'll be pretty satisfied for this first half. Okay, so we get a chance to move our players around a little bit, and let's see what we can do. So we can avoid the ogre entirely and just move to the right side against one of their catchers and one of their blitzers that does not have guard, or that does have guard. Okay. So we'll go ahead and let's move the big man over here. And he might be able to get, I think, what is it, a 3-die block on the catcher, I'm assuming. And then we'll just avoid the ogre entirely. We're not going to worry about him. And then if they want to blitz a skink, we'd rather it be Maz the Daz. Sorry, Maz, but you're the lowest star player value that we have. And then we'll put you back here. We just want to prevent some blocks. If we were on offense, we put some more people on the line to make our blocks before them. But since we're on defense, we want to force them to blitz. And then, yeah, their ogre can't do anything without a blitz, and we're avoiding their guard players mostly for right now. So they'll get a 1-die block, or yeah, probably a 1-die block, maybe a 2-die block if they can move in their guard blitzer over here. They would probably want to blitz with the 4-strength blitzer, though. And then, I don't know, maybe I want to go ahead and put, is that a legal formation? Can I have more than 2 players in the wide zone? Okay. Come on, over here. And then Tenqulaticus, or Tenqulaticus. I'm the one that gave you the name, so I shouldn't be really making fun of it. So I guess we'll just go with this, since the ball is going to be over there. Maybe move even a bit more over to this side. And that'll be the end of our turn, I think. Now it's true we could have put the big man over on this side instead of on this side, but I wanted to put him on a side where they're not going to have their guard players. So that way he can have an easier time getting a big block, potentially. Because over here they have 2 guard blitzers. Looks like they're already using a reroll on the pickup. I don't know why they don't just have their thrower go and pick it up. That would make a lot more sense to me. It's a much higher chance of success, so you don't have to worry about team rerolls for that. So they are getting, again, some knockdowns once again, but we already made them use their blitz, and they're running kind of right into our big dudes, I guess. So, but the good thing is that we have a path down this sideline, and we can blitz him pretty easily. Now, they're probably going to go and try and go down this side of the field, I'm assuming. Let's just stand you up. And then let's go ahead and stand you up. So we can definitely get a 2-die block. I guess I stood you up so you can't make a block. So what I'm probably going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and blitz first. I'm going to do it with you and kind of try and open up a lane. So that way my Skink can just start attacking the ball and just bypass the front line. And they can't necessarily dodge very well for their team. Okay. Only their catchers are good at dodging, so we'll be okay here. And we will follow. Knock him down, and then we're going to get more into the middle of the field. And then you are just going to go ahead and book it up the field here. With sidestep, I don't have to worry about the sideline with him. And then our big man can get a 2-die block no matter what, so we're doing okay there. There's not much that you can do. I might just leave him there. I could move him over here, I suppose. But then if someone gets blocked into him, then it makes another blocking opportunity. I'm just going to go and move you over here. It does leave the side of the field open, but I'm assuming that they're not going to be able to get all the way over there in one turn for switching sides. Let's go and move the safe move first. Now let's get you up over here, kind of screening things a little bit. And let's dodge you out. Get you down there. Alright, very good. None of their players have tackles, so I'm not too concerned about dodging attempts with a built-in reroll. Let's get you up there, I'm hoping. I prefer a dodge reroll than a going for it. So that's why I'm doing that instead of going for it to get that far. Let's see if we can get you out of there. Alright, so the dodge didn't work, but it was my last action anyway, so that's not terrible. It does open up this middle here by doing that, but I have some Lizardmen back here to cover the middle, so we're still okay. And their ball carrier does not have a lane for throwing it anywhere for the most part. Yeah, their guy is a lineman. He's not likely to be able to throw it, so... And they'll have to dodge with mostly everyone else. The catcher might be able to dodge out, but... I guess maybe they'll try setting up a block first, and then some players will be free to move without needing to dodge. I guess they're kind of living up to their name. They're a very bash-heavy team. The sharp kickers are just trying to kick our tails in. And, like, they're not really playing like a finesse team. Oh, shoot. Utazor is dead. Well, I don't want him to die, so we're going to use an apothecary. I could save it on someone that's more important, but it's going to be hard to replace him. I mean, we'll take it. It's better than him being dead. We can at least sell him. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to sell him and then replace him, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, our replacement for Liz Blitz ended up, well, not being long for the team, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate. He didn't have any star player points, so it's not a terrible loss, but it will be costly as far as funds to replace him again. But at least it was not a more important player for us. Okay, so we have some options here. We can get you in here. I might get the ball with you instead. Let's get you over here for an assist on a potential blitz. And let's stand you up. If he's boneheaded, does he have to worry about tackle zones? No, we don't. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get you up in there. And with you, we can get you over here. I could provide an assist, but I think this is a 2-die block no matter what, so we can do those a bit later after figuring out how to deal with the ball carrier. So, I don't think there's any actual way without dodging to get an assist on this anyway, so we can only get one. So we'll do this block first and then see if we can open up a lane to do a blitz. Okay, so that worked out. We want to move him here so we can get more pressure on the ball carrier. Okay. So that's 2 assists. And we can get... Does he have guard? Yes, he does. Okay, so that's a bit of a bummer. Does he have guard, though? He does not. So I think we can deny an assist by moving him over here, I think. That's how it works. Let's get him over here. And we'll save these guys if we want to dodge them out maybe at the end of our turn. But we want to go ahead and blitz with the Skink. And we'll do it from here. I think that's going to be fine. 2 dice blitz, no matter who it is, it's always going to be good. And we got him down. Only one way for him to go. We will follow and see if we can pick up the ball here. We don't catch it. It's a hard catch, so I'm not going to bother re-rolling any of that. Do we want to try and... How tough is the pickup? It's a pretty tough pickup. So I don't know if I'm going to want to do that. Let's go ahead and try... let's go ahead and get some blocks in here. Let's go for the linemen since it's... if we get both down, it's going to be a bad result anyway. So we'll just go with the blitzer. Bonehead activates. We're not going to re-roll that. That's unfortunate, but we can't re-roll it since he has loner. So we'll just have to... Okay, that's a 1 die because I forgot he has the 4 strength. So thankfully that did not punish us. I forgot that that was the one with 4 strength. Keep him occupied. And then now is the point where we just want to get as many players on the ball as we can, if possible. So we rolled really low there. Probably would have been better to dodge out with him first, so that way we have both of them covered, but that's okay. We still have 3 players on the ball regardless, and they can only make... You know, it's going to be hard for them to blitz and block and pick up the ball in the same turn. Okay, so they have that block. It's not going to work out too well. Moving away from the ball is a bit of a mistake. They definitely want to keep their players on the ball. I mean, they're still next to the ball, but they kind of move into a position to where they could get moved away from the ball more. Triple skulls. I mean, admittedly, that's some bad luck for them. Like, that's triple skulls, man. We're not even talking about snake eyes skulls. We're talking about triple skulls. Oh my god. Sorry, Ogre. I mean, at least he didn't get hurt doing that. That would have been really embarrassing. So maybe we can get in with you. Because you're super strong and you don't have to worry as much about guard hurting you. We do have 2... We have 1 skink in scoring position if we can somehow clear out this area here. Let's go ahead and take out the Blitzer with block first. Or Blitzer with guard first. We'll re-roll this since we need to get some other rolls in. And then, I guess if we move them on the ball, then maybe the ball will scatter somewhere that's positive for us. That's a very good roll. That definitely went better than I hoped. Because now we can pick it up. We can pick it up basically without needing to dodge the skink right here. So let's get you on the ball. Another bonehead. So bonehead's kind of hurting us here. Thankfully it may not be consequential because this is the last turn. So there's not really any risk. So you could score with some go for us, but we're out of re-rolls. Yeah, we have Fly Swatter in scoring position. We could make some blocks here that are... we have 1 block that's a 2-die. It would be better for Munditeek to score, but he has to make a dodge and a go for it to do that. Since this is the last turn, and we'll just have to go ahead and I think do this then. 2 go for it without a reroll is kind of difficult already. It's more difficult to make the pass, but it does give us more star player points with no risk. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. Let's do this. He does not make the pickup, however, so it's kind of all irrelevant. I was going to think about maybe going for it to here, and then if I make the go for it, then I might go for another go for it, but... yeah, so that didn't work out too well for us at the end, but we still had a pretty good result considering we were on defense. So defense works out pretty well for us when we just start off that way. We can usually manage to take the ball from them. Yeah, I guess we have him. He's going to get sadly kicked off the team after the match, but that's just the way it goes. So because they have guard, I don't want all of my guys up here on the line. I think we just want you behind. I think we just want to spread our players out a little bit. And try and focus a bit more on the perimeter areas. So let's see, what skill do you have again? Kick. Alright, so he's not... I don't know why they have their kick player up on the line, because now they can't use him to kick off. That's the way it works anyway, so... we'll just go ahead and avoid the ogre, since they can't rearrange their formation on defense. Let's go ahead and put you back here for this one. I think we want our sidestepping players over on the sideline area. Where's our catch player? There's our catch player. I think I'll protect our catch player for now and put him in a position to where I can easily throw him the ball. I guess having the player with diving catch can be helpful for the kickoff back here, so we'll do that. We just want several skink kind of in position here. Well, I can only blitz on one side, and I would probably want to go maybe to the right side. So let's go ahead and put you over there. They can run around there if they want, but they're gonna have a hard time getting all the way around there. And let's put you guys just up here. Maybe we'll just go ahead and put you over here. Nope, I wasn't able to get all my formation arranged, but that's okay. Coalshix. Oh, damn it. My guy on the edge there just got injured, so on the left side is looking a little bit rough. But on the other hand, we had our catch players start off with the ball here, so it's not too shabby. Kind of sucks because now we can't throw him a pass since he already has the ball, but... Alright, so we're going to want to take care of the right side, and we want to make sure that we have the middle covered. So let's go ahead and get you in front of the ogre. Unless they blitz with the ogre, then I'm not really too worried about what's going to happen to him, if anything. And then I think we just want to get some players going over in this direction. And then let's go ahead and get you over in here for an assist and see if I can get a nice juicy block on this guy. That should be a 3-die block, I think. Yep. So that will be a 3-die, and then I'll go ahead and put you over here for a fairly safe throw, I imagine. Let's see, you have sidestep, so you're okay. And you don't have sidestep, but you're also okay. Now let's go ahead and take the 3-die block, and then we can get a blitz in here afterwards, I'm hoping. Alright, so a push is good enough. Let's get him away. Don't follow. At least he cannot get a block in. Does he have 4 strength? He does, so we'll get an assist on him. And we Shall do the 2-die blitz. Alright, so we at least get him on the ground. Let's get him close to there. We'll follow up on it, and then that gives us a chance to move over. I think we're going to move over here and try and screen them off a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's not the best spot. Maybe over here is a bit better. It kind of provides assists for both of those skink over there if anything should happen to them. And then we'll move you over here. It's probably a bit better. A bit closer to the ball carrier. And then we have a 2-die block over here that we'll take. Push is also fine. And we'll just stay here, make a tackle zone. So they don't have any blocks here, so they can only blitz. So that's a good spot for us to be in. We'll go ahead and do it here. This is pretty safe. We have people around the ball. And then we'll make a throw for the star player points. We'll re-roll the pass. Alright, so now it's successful. Okay. I'll take that. I just like the star player points there, so. Because part of the battle, too, is trying to just level up your players and getting star player points wherever you can. We've had a hard time getting our big dudes star player points because scoring touchdowns and throwing passes are a bit more reliable to be able to do that. It's more consistent, I think. Getting injury rolls can sometimes just be based on the matchups, and sometimes just sheer dumb luck. You sometimes just don't get the badly injureds, and our skink have gotten them injured a bit from blitzing. Sometimes we injure some of their players of a timely skink blitz. So our big guys haven't really gotten too many star player points so far, so we'll just take them wherever we can get them and see if our skink can develop some good skills for us. It would be great to get block or guard on one of our big guys. It would help us out a lot. We're going to move him next to the ball. Yep, so again, that's a good thing about sidestep. You can keep your guys moving where you need them. I don't think that we're going to dodge out with him. So we'll just stand him up. Might be a good idea to reverse field because they have this all pretty well covered up. And we do have it on our movement speed guy, so I don't think we have to worry about him getting caught from behind, as it were. So I can get some assists on their blitzer and then get a 2-die block in on him. That's probably the best play. We'll just move in some skink to get in there to do that. And then we'll get you, I think over here will probably be better. We could go ahead and go this direction if we can get some blocks and a blitz off. But it might be better to kind of do things this way first. And then, could I get a 3-die blitz on this one, I wonder? Oh, that's a going for it. What about right there? If I can get a 3-die blitz in before doing anything else, that could be pretty good. Yeah, so 3-die blitz I'll take. Yeah, that's not the best thing, but again, it'll have to do. We'll go ahead and just stay here. He's not really going to be going anywhere anyway. Then we'll move him right there to finish it off. And then I think we just want to go ahead and get our guy over here. You're going to have to dodge out of there to really be able to do anything. Or maybe we just go ahead and set him right here. So we have a Skink next to us to provide an assist at the very least. Well, maybe we can dodge out and get another assist over there. Maybe getting... Yeah, I'll dodge out and get an assist for a block there. Right, just a push. Not exactly a good push, but we have so many assists over here that this blitzer's not going to be able to do anything. And then dodging out over here will be very good to prevent them from getting a good blitz. Sadly, that guy has guard, so it's going to make it a bit tougher, but it does make dodging for them more difficult. And that'll end our turn. Not the best scenario for us. We really wanted to knock him down at the very least, but instead we just got a push, so... Those sharp kickers are kind of playing things a bit sharp. They're a bit more sharper than our previous opponents. They had a pretty good defense set up here on the right side of the field. So, most of the time the AI doesn't always do that, where they set up a good defense and have layers of defenders. So that way it's very difficult to block through all of them in 1 or 2 turns. Just kind of hoping that I might be able to get my Skink around more over to this area right here, but didn't really have that opportunity. I guess we didn't have an armor break there, so that's good. Their block players are kind of making work of us, so that's not good, but yep, we will use dodge here. The good news is that they still only have 1 player on the ball for now, so we can blitz with one of those guys to get him off the ball. So we're just pushing around right now. We have their ogre tied up. We have sidestep, so we'll just go ahead and... I think this arrow right here means that he's down on the ground. I think that's what it means. Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah, I didn't know what that arrow meant at first, but it means that he's just standing, he's just down on the ground. And he isn't standing still. You have the movement speed buff, so I might just leave you on the ground for now. I might dodge you out later. Yeah, that catcher's not going to fare very well against our big man, so let's get the big man up on the catcher. And then let's get Coalshix over here. Well, let's see what the blitz will look like first. 2-die no matter what, so I'm good with that. Let's get you up on him. And then if we can blitz and get him off of the ball, then we can pick it up without having to worry about pickup being harder because of it. Right, push is good enough. And we will follow, get him on the ball. It might be a good time to go ahead and just stand you up, I guess. And then you guys can't really dodge out all that well. Maybe you could. You would have a bit of a hard time. So I think it's up to Swatter to get the ball here. So this is probably, we're just going to have to do it, and we have our reroll for it. Okay, he kind of slipped and slided around there, slip and slide. But we're able to get through there. We'll go next to the big man with our sidestepper here. So sideline not an issue for Swatter. And he's got the big man as his backup. And I think it'll be good to dodge him out. Dodge reroll, so might as well do that. And none of you have any good dodges, I think. Well, it's only a 3+ dodge because he has stunty, so maybe doing that might be better. You know, let's go ahead and do that so they can't just block us, I guess. We'll try this. And let's try this the first dodge first. Okay, so we're not going to try and re-roll of him. Okay, so we at least got them out of harm's way a little bit. Alright, so dodging is a bit easier when you have stunty like this, so... Okay, so we at least moved our Skink up a little bit in the formation. We didn't really do too much there, but at least they didn't get knocked down. This player's free, but he also can't make a block now. And they failed to dodge, so they're going to have to re-roll that, for sure. Alright, and then they can't re-roll that one, so this means that we get sidestep. And we can score next turn. And you also can sidestep and do your little shimmying and shaking over there. Alright, so they got a knockdown that time, but we'll go and sidestep over there. Oh no, and he got injured. No long-term effect. Okay, so that's good. That is acceptable. It's much better than being dead or getting a debilitating injury, so... And we will use sidestep here. Let's go this direction. It's much better for us. Again, they're still going to be getting some blocks in here, and they have guard players in here, I think, somewhere. Oh, not in there. Okay. So I guess their guard players are elsewhere, like over here, maybe? Yeah, that's one of them. And we will dodge. So yeah, sidestep definitely does help quite a bit when you have dodged and... So it looks like they kind of just ran into each other really hard, and then they just whacked each other into the ground and probably suffered some bad concussions in the process, but such is the way of Blood Bowl. So, and that's, well, I guess that's a decent block. But I think we just want to block here and then maybe score a touchdown. I don't know. We'll move you off the ogre, I suppose. Make sure the ogre can't do a free block. Do I want to do any blocks is the question. I think we can maybe blitz here. might be able to also blitz from here. There's a 3-die block. Nope, I guess I can't. I could, however, provide an assist. That would require going for it. Yeah, maybe, like, I can just dodge away right now. That's only a 2-die block, though. I was really hoping for more. You know what, let's just go and do the safe play. We don't necessarily need to try and fish for star player points right now. And this should be, well, still not a... But can you get it? See, I guess we'll just do it with the Skink. He levels up if he gets an injury here, so let's just do it with him. Okay? Let's move him over there. And we're going to stay since you don't have sidestep. And we at least got a KO out of it. Our Skink did like a spinning roundhouse kick or something like that. So, gave him a taste of their own sharp kicking medicine. And then that's a 3-die block, so we'll go ahead and we'll take the 3-die block and then we'll go ahead and score here. We have a reroll, and alright, so boneheaded. That gets in the way of our plans, so we'll just not bother with you. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and score the touchdown since I don't have a tackle zone on the guy now. And we'll get Fly Swatter some more of that sweet star player action going on there. These Skinks are our stars. I mean, who would have thought that the Skinks would be the stars of our team? Now, granted, I know in multiplayer against human opponents it would certainly be different, but this human opponent has played things decently smart, at least in this match. Gotten a couple of injuries on our guys. They took some very smart skill allocation on their players as well. They definitely played things fairly smart as far as their skills go, so yeah, let's get you just off on the edge there. We're just going to have to accept the fact that one of our Skink is just going to get manhandled here. I don't want any of these guys to get injured now because we've already dealt with several injuries and deaths as far as our Sauruses. Yeah, so we have Skink here that, you know, they're probably going to take some abuse, but at the very least, they're not going to be able to blitz in here at him without at least provoking some kind of dodging attempt. Maybe having you out over here might be better for this particular time. Just because we still have tackle zones on both of these spots, so they can't just get in there. Maybe right there. Let's go ahead and get you guys off the ball so they can't get a free block on you. I'm assuming they're going to play their players on the line. So we just have to kind of accept the fact that they'll get a couple of blocks in here. They did not put their ogre on one of our men, though. Or on one of our front linemen, basically. Oh, we got a riot going on our hands. Oh man, well, with the way the game's been going, it's been pretty physical so far, so how did that even turn into a touchback? I'm fairly certain that we went to the middle of the field there, but I mean, it's not that bad. At least, you know, they already have their thrower back there now getting the ball, so they probably would have picked it up no matter what. Looks like they're doing the smart thing and they're going more towards the Skink side. But it does open up an opportunity to kind of flood in on the right and then loop around to the ball carrier. So they're opening up the middle a little bit here. But I assume they're going to try and cage them up a little bit. They have one more player that they can move over there. That's a bit of a weird blitz, but it works. They didn't target a valuable player for me, though. Okay. That's okay-ish. Usually, as long as no one suffers anything worse than just a plain badly hurt, I'm kind of okay with it. We're already in a 2-0 lead. It's kind of impossible for them to win now. And it's not a very valuable player that got taken out of the equation. So, do you have guard? You do not have guard. Okay, so I think we want to go for the ogre maybe first, if we can get another assist on him somehow. Or if we can get him off, then we can maybe get some more assist action going on. In fact, if we can just block him, then we could go ahead and blitz their catcher and get people on the ball. I think it's best to go ahead and do this first, unless we want to get a skink over here as an assist, maybe. This is at least guarantee that we have a skink in here to help first. In case the block goes wrong and we have another tackle zone in there in the middle. So, right, so Bonehead comes up. So that's going to be a big problem here. At least we didn't use a blitz on him. So I think now we're going to have to blitz him going here. Following it up and then getting some skink in there, perhaps. I don't think that we want to run around at this point. Run around them, I mean. I think we want to just try and go through them a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. And we can follow this up and then get him. I think getting him on the ball carrier is important. So we'll go for it. Didn't work out, but we'll just use the reroll, accept the fact that we have to. I think it's important enough to get the 4 strength guy on them. And then their catcher is not going to be able to do much. Can we get him in there? 3+ dodge with the reroll, I'll take that. Right, so I was at least able to get him in there. Then let's go here. Let's see how this dodge goes first. So I get that dodge. Can I get this one? I get that one. And then we'll see about that one. Okay. Because he has Stunty, that makes the dodging through the tackle zones much easier. He ignores all the extra players going on there, so does make things mighty easier. And we'll just try and prevent them from getting in there. I think actually moving back here is actually a bit more sensible. We really don't want them to get through the middle. And then we'll just leave him on the ogre. Yeah, the bonehead part did hurt us a good bit, because now we don't have a tackle zone there. He didn't get the block, and now the ogre has a free 2-die block on our lizard. Okay, and so we'll dodge this. That was their blitz. Sadly, he does not have sidestep to stay on the ball carrier, but maybe in time we'll get him that sweet level up. Oh, I guess he's already way leveled up. What am I saying? We just haven't gotten him sidestep yet, that's all. We turned him into a catcher first, sidestepper later, so... Alright, so at least they failed to dodge for once in their life. And they failed the reroll. See, that's usually why you don't... Yeah, that's why you don't dodge if someone that usually doesn't have the dodge skill or 4 agility. If you have 4 or 5 agility, then dodging is still pretty good. If you have like a stunty dodger or someone with dodge, like one of their catchers, then that's also decent. But yeah, it is always going to be a risk. Okay, so I think I want to try and get, because if I can get him unboneheaded, then I can at the very least, that's going for it, so I don't know if I want that. I think just getting him over there is going to be okay. He isn't directly on the ball, but he's going to make it hard for them to go through there. Can't really get any assists going on. I could dodge next to the ball. As a stunty player, he can do that. There's a 2-die blitz or 2-die block I can make there. If I can get the ogre off, then that's going to be pretty great. I almost think I'd rather just try and dodge if I had to. Let's see about getting the dodge first with the reroll. Dodge one more time. As long as we still have the reroll available, I can do this. Okay. And then let's see about getting you over here as well. I think it's just time to attack the ball. Even if they score here, they're not going to be able to win. So I'm okay with all that. I think it's time to go in with you now. Alright. Not like we were going to injure him, but this will still be okay. Alright, so we get him on the ground. And then, how do we want to do this? I think we block here first, then we blitz in to try and get the ball a bit more uncovered. Okay, that works out pretty well. I guess we can only get him on the ball. Let's see how this bounces. This is going to be pretty important. Okay, so that did not help all that much. I think I definitely want to blitz. I think I want to blitz here now. That's going to be pretty good. And then we can get him in for a pickup attempt. Okay, that works out pretty well. Yep, we'll push him there. And we'll follow and get him next to the ball. And then let's go ahead and do the pickup. It's going to be difficult, but we gotta try. Okay, so that's not terrible. We do have one skink on the ball, and at the very least, You know, they have lots of players over here. It would have been better maybe for it to land right there. Or even right there would have been good too. But it means that we may not be able to score here, but they probably won't be able to score either. Bit of an odd blitz. I probably would have tried blitzing a Skink, like that you wouldn't have been able to block otherwise, maybe with making a block first, then freeing up a blitzer to make a blitz. Yep, let's sidestep here. Sadly, there's not really many options for me to go. Alright, so he has blocks, so he does that. Okay then, so let's kind of turned on our heads a little bit, but we'll have to just accept that for now. Things are a bit rough. We only have one person that's really free to move around as he pleases. It's possible that I could just move in some Skink, dodge them through for some ways to get in some assists here. And then move the big guy around and have him get somewhere over here. Nope, not there, I guess. We can have him get in over here. Alright, so Bonehead. I mean, I think it's worth it to try dodging before doing blocks, but you know what, let's at least try and get some blocks in here first. So we'll move him. Since you're just the lineman, we'll move you off and away. Alright, so that's the 4 strength blitzer there. Okay, oh, what kind of dodge is that again? Alright, just all 3 pluses. So see if we can get him over here first. Okay. And then over here. And then on the ball carrier. Okay. And now you. I think with you, we'll just stand you up. Okay, so it's got a bit of a precarious position, but again, we're still going to win the game, but I just want to try and do the best I can here with what I've got. How about you? Maybe I can just dodge a Skink out of here and then get an assist on him down there. Alright, so I can at least get him down. Get him out of there. Now he doesn't deny assists. Oh, maybe I can at least get in on him. No, okay. We'll move him, and then I think we'll definitely move the ball carrier here. This might actually allow us to get some kind of weird thing going on the ball carrier. And we got an injury finally. And it was a bad injury for him too. Oh man, that is really bad. Their +1 strength blitzer just lost his 1 point in strength. That's really bad for them. Oh, I feel bad about that too. Might as well try and dodge out of here and get some assists for a blitz. So let's do this with a built-in dodge reroll. And then we'll try and dodge you out for a blitz. I mean, you might as well do it. If you have the built-in reroll, there's some chance of success there. And I think a both down is going to help us here. We'll just get the ball out of his hands. As long as we don't suffer a major injury, we're okay. Oh, well, that sucks. It just landed in his hands. That's a very poor drop-off for us. Because we do not have anyone on the ball. And they have... Well, it's only a lineman, so he's not going to get very far with it, but... It was still a pretty poor drop-off on the ball. Luck was not on our side with that one. I don't know why the ogre moved there. He doesn't have a tackle zone, so there's no point in putting the ogre on our big guy right now. Alright, so at least they didn't get an injury there on my important player. Yeah, I don't know why they're... Well, I mean, maybe they just realize that they can't win the game, so they're just going to cage up and play it safe, maybe. And I can get a 2-die block down there. And I can definitely get a blitz, a 2-die blitz on the lineman. The question is, will I be able to get the ball? I think we need to try and make some blocks here first. We just need to make some blocks. Let's do them. We don't have a reroll, but there's not much other choice that we have. Let's stay. Maybe one of the skinks can get a block down here, so we'll stay for an assist. And then we'll just have you move on down to assist. No, I don't want you to dodge. Alright, let's just go and take the blitz now then and see how this works. Alright, so that didn't go very well, but we did get the ball carrier down, so that works. And we got him stunned. Not the best place for the ball to go, but you know, it'll have to do. He's still boneheaded, so the ogre's probably going to just try and do a 1-die block maybe on him. Or I guess not. I guess they're both boneheaded. But they went with the reroll anyway, and they got it, so... Alright, there's a KO. We can maybe still potentially score here. I don't think it's likely. Can you get in there? You can't. What about one of you guys? Can one of you guys somehow dodge out? I don't know. Alright, so they took out one skink here. And you got a KO, so they've taken out a couple of our players here, but it's at the end of the match, so it's not really of any consequence. And they're not even playing the ball. They're blitzing a skink, they're only moving him. So I guess the question is, do I have enough movement to get into scoring position? I do. It'll require some dodging, but we could potentially pick up the ball with a skink. I think we can get Munditeek on the ball somehow, move him up close enough, and then we could maybe throw for a score. So we can move him up and do a 2-die blitz. Probably the best choice. I think the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to move you Can you get over there? You can. You're still a bonehead, but that's okay. It hasn't really cost us the match, but it's been an annoyance this time around. If I can clear those guys off of him, then I don't have to dodge him out. So I think we'll just do these blocks to clear out the dodging lane, I'm hoping. Oh, I think I should have clicked over there. I didn't see that at first. Well, that's okay. At least he only has to make one dodge now to be able to succeed. Okay, we get a POW. We get an injury. And we'll stay this time. And then, because they have one more turn, so we can prevent some blocks here, that would be helpful. Now it's time for the Blitz to get the ball out of his hands. And we succeed. And we want the ball to go... right here is probably better, because then they won't have any tackle zones on the ball, in all likelihood. We don't want the ball to bounce very far. Okay, that's a good spot. Now, the second order of business is, can we get you out of here with minimal dodging? Okay, so you have to make some dodges. Who do we want to score? I think we want Tenqulaticus to score. Since getting them another level up and getting the catch skill would be pretty wonderful on them. No, I want you to dodge through. I want you to dodge. You have a better chance of making the dodges and doing that. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, you were able to do it. We're not going to stand them up in case this goes wrong. And let's hope we can get it. Let's dodge. Come on, you can do it. No! He dropped the ball. Oh, man. So close, too. If we had someone with sure hands and pass, that would be a wonderful combination. Sadly, they only have access to the agility skills, so... Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could have taken one of those general skills, like sure hands or pass on Tenqulaticus here, but... or Tenqulaticus, or whatever. But... I think that the movement speed boost was too good to pass up for a Skink. That's generally just way too good for that kind of player. Making them a very good receiver, I think, is just a good thing for our team to have. Down the road, I'm sure we'll get some more opportunities to pick up pass or sure hands. So they're going to do a 2-die blitz on him. And it does work. Sadly, he does not have sidestep. KO'd is okay, so... As long as something isn't a major injury, I'm okay with all that. Down. And he stuns himself with the headbutt. So... Alright, so that's another pretty good match for us, and we end up improving our record to a very, very good 5-0-1 after our 6th match. That resulted in another victory, so I will take that as a victory for us. 2-0 is... it's a decent score for us. I think that, you know, we could have maybe done a little bit better there, but so could the other team. We ended up giving one of their players a really bad injury. I think a 4 is okay for our winnings here, so... And we've got some fan factor going on here. And Fly Swatter got the MVP award, so he's getting ever closer to getting that level 3 level up, so that's pretty good. And then their thrower got MVP, even though he didn't really do much throwing, so I don't know how valuable he was in that match. They were picking up the ball quite a bit with their lineman or a thrower, or with a lineman or a runner, I should say. So their thrower wasn't really all that valuable for them in that match. They were playing more of a bashing style, and they were just trying to run it most of the time behind a cage of some kind. Alright, so I don't really care too much about the statistics, but they were in their own side of the field. They didn't really get it across. Yeah, most of the teams we play against, they don't get it across midfield. Mainly because we just get the skink in there, we slow them down, we get on the ball very quickly, and then we just prevent them from advancing it, and then at some point they just make a mistake of some kind, or they get a bad dice roll. And so we usually just find a way to get on the ball very fast with our mobility. So, not really surprising that they're not able to get across to our side of the field. And so our team value went down because we lost the player to the debilitating injury, basically. So we're going to have to go ahead and sell him. That's why I didn't take the death roll on that. Is because at least with getting him not dying, we can at least sell him off and recoup some of the costs for hiring him, I think. I thought you'd be able to sell your players, I think, right? Isn't that how it works? Or maybe you can't do it while they're injured, maybe? Maybe you can't sell them while they're injured or something. Let me see what this does if I click on this. Oh, it doesn't sell them. I thought you could sell players that you didn't want anymore and recoup some of the value on them. So what does this do? That's only firing the player. So I guess maybe it depends on the kind of campaign or the league that you're playing in, if you can sell or fire a player. But we'll go ahead and fire Utazor because that's a really debilitating injury for someone. It is a really debilitating injury. Because getting more injuries as a frontliner, they're going to get hit a lot. And so having a higher chance of injuries hurts our team value in the long run because it kind of inflates the team value for a lesser player. The question is, do I want to replace the Saurus with a Saurus? Or do I want to just go ahead and get another Skink as a backup player? I think I'll just... Maybe I can get a... if I get a Skink, then I can't get another team reroll, so I'm going to have to decide if I want another team reroll or not. Losing him really kind of sucks to try and replace him. I mean, I've gotten a bye okay with only 11 players before, but the Skink are bound to end up suffering an injury at some point, so maybe I just need to go ahead and get just an extra player. Our bashers aren't really getting a whole lot of star player points. We did finally get one level up with an injury, so I think I'll just go ahead and buy another Skink, I guess. And then we'll get another team reroll next time, after our next match. And so we got to go ahead and rename our Skink here, and then we'll level up Rox of Gold here. So the new Skink on our team, I guess we don't get to do anything with him, I guess, because I guess I was at the hiring stage Maybe that's what we had to do at the hiring stage. I guess we kind of screwed that one up, but we have Chakowit on our team now, and looks like his name was just gifted to him by the powers that be of Blood Bowl. And he's got a very red nose and very red eyes and very red everything, so it's kind of on color for our team. So welcome to the team, Chakowit. Let's hope that you fare better than our Sauruses that have not been long for the team. But we appreciate the sacrifice of our previous Sauruses with the Liz, Blitz, and Utazor. So we appreciate your efforts and your sacrifice of absorbing all the blows that you did for the sake of the team. But the Blood Bowl must go on. So, alright, so time to finally level up one of our bashing players here, and let's see what we get on Rox of Gold. Okay, so just a basic roll here, but we have access to much different skills than the Skink do. So, what can we get here? So obviously a big one would be block. Block is very, very good. So would be guard. This would help out quite a bit in the middle by just helping our players to get the blocks that we want. Very advantageous blocks. Preventing their assist while getting your own assist is a very good thing to do. Guard is probably better offensively. Block would be better defensively to prevent them from being able to get the both down and taking it. Tackle would also be pretty good offensively as a skill. What's strong arm? So that would be interesting if we got a passer somehow. We'd have to get some pretty good level up rolls for them to be able to get strong arm and passing skills, but that could be a potential thing down the road. Sadly, it's not going to be a thing for our buff lizards because their agility is just too poor for that. Break tackle could also be pretty good if we want to make someone a blitzer, primarily a blitzer, because then he can use strength to dodge out of a square, basically. I think it's down to block and dodge. I think, or not block and dodge, block and guard. Jeez, my mind is all over the place today. I think we're going to go with guard, because in the middle we're going to generally have 3 big guys in there, so if we have one player with guard, this actually makes it advantageous for us to go on offense to start the game, so that way we can have one player with guard in there, and then we can make 3 different blocks, maybe even 4 different blocks, and we can just get guard going in the middle, and that can help us. We can get several blocks off with the non-guard player first, and then maybe we can move the guard player around to somewhere else and provide some more assisting action for some skinks. So we'll go ahead and do that. Block would be better defensively to prevent him from getting knocked down quite as much, but guard is a very good team-based skill. Usually, as you saw in the last match, their players having guard made our blocks much more difficult, so you kind of saw the value of guard on some really difficult to take down players like blitzers. And also on like 5 strength players, guard is also very good, so Croc Hunter getting guard would also be a pretty good thing if he ever leveled up. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for today. We ended up getting a good result. We got another win. We got a level up on one of our big men. Unfortunately, we did lose Utazor to a debilitating injury, and we wish him the best and well wishes on the rest of his career should he continue to pursue Blood Bowl. Unfortunately, we couldn't really give you like an injury settlement or something like that because it does not exist in Blood Bowl, but we wish you the best, and we appreciate your sacrifice on our front lines. So we were able to get some wins, and now we are going to go up against an undead team to see if we can go undefeated. And so if we can go undefeated here in this opening tournament, then that would be quite a good thing for us and a very good confidence booster to our long-term prospects. So we're going to play an undead team here in Cold Caves. I think this will be the second undead team that we've played in this tournament. And their roster is looking like it's pretty strong from their team value. Let's see, they have a zombie. What's the skill? Mighty Blow on a zombie. Okay, so it's like a bashing player then. And then they have Block on a zombie, so their front line is looking pretty good here. Let's see, the Mummy has Mighty Blow. One of their mummies has Guard, so it's a very good skill for them. We have a couple of whites with Block and Mighty Blow, so they're looking to force injuries. Since they have 5 players that have Mighty Blow. So they're going to probably be a bit aggressive. They have a Ghoul with a +2 agility. So they have that guy that can probably pick up the ball and throw it for them. Then they have a Ghoul with Block here. And then they have a Ghoul with a movement speed boost and jump up. So knocking them down isn't going to be the best. That is if they choose to dodge out of tackle zones. They can just jump up and then they can dodge out of tackle zones. Then that can be a bit of a nuisance. Alright, so we're going up against a strong undead team for our 7th and final match for this opening tournament. I hope you all join me next time for our game against the Cold Caves undead team, and see who can take home the championship in the NAF Autumn Championship, and who can come out in the top 2 teams. So it looks like our team, the Sea of Red, and their team, the Cold Caves, are basically going to battle it out for bragging rights for first place in the tournament. And if they win, they automatically place in the top 2. We're already guaranteed to have the top 2, but with bragging rights, we can say that we are basically the best team, without a doubt, in this tournament. So I will be very happy with that. And so let's go back here, and so I think that'll be the end. And I thank you all for joining me on this very lengthy episode, and I hope everyone enjoys the American football today. I'm recording this on a Sunday morning, so it's going to be a big day of NFL football ahead, and hope that you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you all next time. All of you go ahead and have a great day, and take good care.